So believe it or not, that sums up this course on learning blockchain technology by building your own in JavaScript. At this point, we are done building out our blockchain. If you think about how much you have accomplished throughout the entirety of this course, it's pretty impressive. We started from nothing, and then we built out a blockchain data structure, and we built out an API to interact with our blockchain data structure. We then turned our API into a decentralized blockchain network, and we synchronized the data across the entire network that is running on multiple different nodes. We then created a consensus algorithm to make sure that the data on all of our nodes was synchronized and legitimate, and then finally, we built out a block explorer to explore our blockchain through a user interface. So throughout this entire course, we have built out a lot of functionality, and we've built out a pretty cool blockchain prototype. One other thing that I want to mention is that throughout this entire course, we have been running all 5 of our nodes on one computer. But if you were to download this entire project onto multiple different computers, you would be able to run each node on a separate computer to really simulate how a decentralized blockchain network works. You would just have to make sure that every computer that is running this project is on the same Wi-Fi network, and then instead of having localhost inside of here, you would just have the IP address that each node is running on. So it would look something like a couple of numbers separated by points, something like this. So if you want to give that a try, feel free to. It's pretty cool to see your blockchain network running across multiple different computers. Cool. So I just want to mention a couple of areas where this blockchain could be improved. One area is in error handling. Throughout this course, we didn't do a whole lot of error handling because we were focusing on getting the actual functionality to work correctly. But to improve this blockchain, we would definitely want to do a whole lot of error handling to make sure that this blockchain couldn't be hacked and to make sure that it runs correctly. Another area where this blockchain could be improved is when we are making transactions. Right now, when we make transactions, we are sending a certain amount of Bitcoin from one person to another person. But at no point do we validate that the sender actually has this Bitcoin to send. One exercise I would encourage you to do is to go to our create transaction method on our blockchain data structure, which is right here. And then find a way to verify that the sender actually has the right amount of Bitcoin to send. I think that would be a good project for you to work on your own. You would have to get the current balance of Bitcoin that this sender has and do a check to validate that they have enough Bitcoin to send in the transaction. And one other way that this blockchain could be improved is you could make it into a decentralized application platform, similar to Ethereum. And the way that you would do this is you would simply add the functionality to our blockchain that would allow you to store more data inside of each block. And it would allow you to store different types of data inside of each block instead of just transactions. For example, you could store user data inside of each block, or you could store administrative data inside of each block, or you could store really any other type of data inside of each block. And then you would use that data when you are generating the hash for each block, just like we use the transactions when we are generating the hash for each block. So there are a lot of ways that you can customize this blockchain that we currently have, and there are a lot of ways that you could improve upon it. But right now we have a fully functioning prototype blockchain that can be hosted on a decentralized blockchain network, which is pretty cool. So that's just about it for this course. I hope that you enjoyed it and learned a lot, and I hope you had fun building out this blockchain that we just created. In the next video, I will supply you with some resources that you might be interested in if you want to continue improving your JavaScript programming skills. I'll see you in the next video.